Wow. It actually happened. It finally happened. Kirk Cignetti smiled. What's up, everybody? Team Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day and welcome to another postgame reaction. In this one, I am here to talk about the College Football Playoff National Championship. Indiana beats Miami in the big game. They win 27-21, capturing their first championship in one of the biggest, most incredible turnarounds in not just college football history, but sports history. Big congratulations to Indiana, Coach Kirk Cignetti, for Fernando Mendoza, all of the players, all of the staff. This was truly a run that came out of nowhere. I mean, in just 2 years, Kirk Cignetti took Indiana, a team that was at the bottom of college football and has been there for quite some time. In just his second year, takes them to not just a championship, but an undefeated season, beating great teams. Ohio State, Alabama, Oregon, and Miami. So, yeah, congrats to the Hoosiers. It was an incredible run, much deserved. And as for Miami, as for the Canes fans, because I'm sure y'all are suffering, and I doubt there's, I don't think there's anything that I could say that will make y'all feel better. What I will say, if I may address those fans, is that, I have been there. I've been there on, both sides. You know, I've seen my favorite teams win. I've seen them get to the top, win championships. I've also seen my teams fall, come one game close. And it really sucks for Miami because, man, what a run that they had, in the college football playoff. The final at-large team to make it in. And, dang, they come up one game short in their own home stadium. That has to sting. But what I will say is that, I would rather, enjoy the ride. I would rather have the ride. I would rather have that experience of going to the championship game and losing rather than not having that feeling at all. Because, when you're on that run, it is just incredible. It's magical. And Miami, that is a very strong team over there. They have a lot of great players, and a lot of players that are still coming into their own, like Malachi Tony. I mean, dude is a freshman. He will get better. Miami will get better. So, Canes fans, just take this one on the chin. This best thing that I can say, and I know that y'all will be back. It was still a great season, so congratulations. But with that being said, let's get into the game, man. Let's talk about this. I think early on, it was clear. Both defenses wanted to make a statement. They wanted to make a statement, and it was very clear early on that every single point in this game was going to be earned. It is Indiana that strikes first on their second drive. 12 plays, 55 yards, ends in a field goal. And Fernando Mendoza, he did pay for this. He did pay for this one on this drive, getting a bloody nose thanks to Jacoby Thomas. It was a bloody lip. But either way, popping Fernando on that hit right in the face, baby. So second quarter, Miami's defense, they were still keeping it close. But this is something that I addressed in my prediction video. I said that, yes, Miami's defense, they were going to have their moments. They were going to make their plays. But their offense had to take advantage. They did not. At this point, about halfway into the second quarter, the Canes offense was 0 for 4 on third down and had only one first down in that entire span. And as I also said in my prediction video, Indiana's offense, if you keep giving them these chances, they will take advantage. They have another long drive, 14 plays, 85 yards, aided by, I will say, a few Canes penalties, and also because of the fact that their guys on defense were not able to tackle. I think that was a case where, because Miami, I do not think that they have been in this kind of spot where they just could not get anything going. So I think their guys on defense, they were trying to get that one big play every single play. They were trying to just get the ball out every single time. Sometimes it's just better to just tackle a guy and have a good play like that. But 3rd and goal for Indiana, Nowakowski, the fullback, takes it in for the touchdown. So now 10-0. Canes needed a response. And initially, I thought that they were going to get one here. Miami goes 9 plays for 43 yards. Fletcher converts on a 4th down run. C.J. Daniels has a 25-yard catch. Drive does eventually stop. But hey, they are in field goal range. But Davis, the kicker for Miami, doinks the 50-yarder off of the goalpost. He has had a rocky postseason. It has not been good for him, and his struggles continued. So, score stayed the same as we went to the 3rd quarter. In this 3rd quarter, to start it off, Miami had a much better start to the second half, I think, as they did in the first half. Their defense, firstly, again, they're making plays. They did exactly what they needed to do. Stop Indiana and get the ball back. 3rd and 9, Mendoza. He is sacked by Reuben Bain Jr. And how about this? Out of nowhere, 2nd and 5 at the 43. Fletcher, he has a 57-yard touchdown run. Bowman and Daniels, give those guys credit for blocking and just creating that hole for Fletcher to run into, baby. And just like that, folks, it is a whole new game. As this 3rd quarter progressed, it looked like the Canes were kind of starting to take control back of this game right here, stopping the Hoosiers on back-to-back drives. So they have them. All they got to make sure to do is to make sure nothing crazy happens. Well, something crazy happens. So Joyce, he's set to punt for Miami. It gets blocked by Kamara, and Jones for Indiana. He gets on that ball, baby, jumps on it for the touchdown, Indiana. And it's small details like that. It's small things like that that unfortunately cost a team big. Bowman, I mentioned him earlier getting that block. Here, he is unable to block on that punt. So, he's lined up, right? He is lined up. But it looked like he just let Kamara just kind of go right by him. Me and my dad, we were talking about it. And, there could have been a possibility that could have been a trick play. Maybe it was a fake punt. We will never know. Either way, I feel like just small things like that, not blocking Kamara enough, that's just what kills you right there. What I will say is, what a response that Miami's offense had, baby. They have a 10-play, 81-yard drive, and they score to start the 4th quarter. 3rd and 1 at the 3. Fletcher takes it for his 2nd touchdown of the game. Now, the Canes defense that has been making plays, now they needed to respond. And they did do a good job for a good amount of this game. But kind of similar to what happened when they played Ole Miss. Down the stretch, Miami's defense were not able to make those plays. They were not able to make those stops. Indiana has a 12-play, 75-yard drive that ends in glorious fashion. Oh my goodness, we got to talk about this. Mendoza, on 4th and 4, they're going for it here from the 12. Fernando, he takes it himself. He's taking hits along the way, dives into the end zone, baby. He cannot be stopped. Touchdown, Indiana, on a play that will live in immortality forever. What a play, baby. And you know what's ironic about this play? Because I did some digging right here. Let's go back to when Mendoza played for Cal. Back when he was at Cal, they played Miami, right? And there was a play kind of similar to this one where it was a draw. And so Fernando runs. He gets hit by number 31, Will Bisianthi. Sorry if I got that name wrong, but Will hits Mendoza. Fernando goes down, right? And that was back when he was at Cal. Fast forward to now. Fernando, on another draw, gets hit by the same guy, Will. Gets hit by him. But this time, Fernando does not go down. Gets into the end zone, baby. Gets his revenge. Gets the touchdown. Gets Indiana back in this game. However, here comes Miami. They're back in this. They go 8 plays and 91 yards, 1st and 10 at the 37. Tony has a 41-yard catch and run. I was waiting for him to have like a big-time play. He has one right here. And then he gets the pitch from Beck, and he takes it 22 yards for the touchdown on 2nd and 10. So now it is a 3-point game with about 6 minutes left. Indiana, they need a response, and, they get somewhat of what they were hoping for. I'm sure they would have loved that touchdown, but you know what? 3 points is better than nothing. So it's 27-21. Miami has time for just one more drive. 51 seconds left. Beck throws it deep, but it's intercepted by Sharp, and that would be it. Indiana would shut the door and win their first championship. And I believe they became the first 16-0 team in the college football playoff era. Which, again, you know what? That is well earned by Indiana. And I mentioned in my prediction video that, we don't see stuff like this very often. Because, just in the world of sports that we live in, where there's so many good teams and there's all this parity that goes on, we don't see stories like Indiana's come up that often. We don't see stories of a team that is down in the dumps have a guy come in and in just his second year takes them to an undefeated season and wins the national championship and has a guy in Fernando Mendoza who no doubt will be the first pick in the draft. And it was also kind of interesting because Fernando's brother, Alberto, he announced that he is transferring to Georgia Tech, which that will be very interesting as well. We will see what happens with that. And, hey, they will play my Vols eventually, so that should be very fun. And it should be a very interesting offseason for the Hoosiers because, again, they will be losing some players. Again, most notably Fernando Mendoza going to the draft. So that should be interesting there. But I don't want to talk too much about that. I want to give Indiana I want to give them their moment. Their fans have earned it. Their team has earned it. Great job, Hoosiers. Congrats to you on winning that title. And again, as for Miami, as for the Canes fans, I feel you. It's it sucks. It sucks it sucks to lose. Excuse me. It's just one of the tragic things about college sports, really about any sport, is that great teams come so close every single year to winning. But again, I think for Miami, they still have some great players out there. Coach Cristobal, I think that he will get his guys right. And hopefully they use this as fuel to just get back and get stronger. But for what it's worth, Canes, Indiana, what a way to end the college football season. So again, congrats to the Hoosiers. And what a way to end this college football season. And fans, this is going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And honey, salutes to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day.